Hi, this is Vijay, and you're watching Focus and Blur channel. Now, today's topic is a bit grim, and it deals with that part of Maratha history where Marathas are no longer trying to expand the empire, but rather trying to protect what they already have. Unfortunately, there are not too many books that deal with these decades. If you look at the years, especially from 1772 to 1818. But thankfully, we do have one book written by Uday Kulkarni. This is the latest book by Uday Kulkarni. It's called Raghoba, the assassination of Narayan Rao Peshwa. Now, this book deals with the years from 1772 to 1775, and we are going to discuss these years and the book in this video. So let's jump in. Now, before we go to the book, I just want to set up the background. And for example, what was the situation before 1772? The Maratha Empire was rapidly expanding till 14th of January 1761 when it came to a sudden halt. And Marathas lost the Third Battle of Panipat. It lost two Peshwas and many chiefs. So it kind of created a vacuum as far as the leadership was concerned. Then Madharao became Peshwa in 1761. He tried to resurrect the empire. We know that he tried to push back Hyder in the south. Then his commanders in the north put the Shah Alam back in Delhi. So they kind of tried to restore the Maratha empire as it was before 1761. But in 1772, we see that the Madharao Peshwa dies because of tuberculosis. And this book starts from that point onwards. Now I will introduce the main characters in this book. Raghoba, whose real name was Raghunath Rao Bajirao, he had led armies in the north, and Maratha Empire had reached its zenith under his command. So Marathas had reached Attock, Peshawar, Lahore during his time. So he was no sloucher, right? So he believed that he deserved to be Peshwa, and just because he was a younger sibling, he was continuously overlooked. The second main character is Narayan Rao Peshwa. Now, he became Peshwa when Madhavrao died in 1772, and this book lists various challenges he faced once he became Peshwa. Remember, he was only 17 years old when he became Peshwa. So let's delve into the book now. The first part of the book deals with various issues Marathas were facing at that time, especially the succession battles which were going on throughout the empire. If you take the case of Nagpurkar Bhosle or Gaikwad or within the Peshwa clan itself. So there was a lot of infighting going on. Now, first part ends with Narayan Rao Peshwa's assassination. It also deals with conspiracy, how conspiracy evolved, who were the main conspirators. Interestingly, it states that there is no documentary evidence as such as to Anandi Pai Peshwa's involvement. So generally, people believe that the initial order that was issued by Raghunath Rao to capture Narayan Rao, that order was changed by Anandibai. But book states that there is no documentary evidence as such. So this is where the first part ends. It also deals with how the actual incident took place, how Narayan Rao behaved during the assassination, and all those things. Now, second part of the book deals with how Maratha polity tried to wrestle the control back from Raghunath Rao. It lists various battles that took place, especially the Battle of Kasegaon, where Trimbak Mama Pethi was killed. Raghunath Rao eventually escaped and he took refuge with East India Company. Now, interestingly, we see the first battle between East India Company and Marathas taking place here in Gujarat. Thankfully, Marathas did prevail and they were able to thwart thanks to commanders like Haripan Phadke, Tukoji Holkar, and Vaman Rao Patwardhan. So at that time, at least, we were able to thwart their plan of installing Raghunath Rao. So the book ends there. Now, if you want to review this period, then here are some of my thoughts. First of all, I would say Madhav Rao could have dealt with issue of Raghunath Rao by himself instead of handing it over to Narayan Rao. Madhavrao could have also dealt with the issue of his interfering mother, Gopika Bai. Right. So Narayan Rao was unnecessarily saddled with these two issues when he became Peshwa. The second important aspect I see is that lack of Maratha artillery or lack of Maratha platoons. So we know that Nana Sahib tried to hire Gardis. These were the mercenaries who were trained by French commander Bussy, and they did well for Marathas at the Battle of Panipat. But at the end of the day, these were still mercenaries. Marathas were not able to raise platoons on their own. They were not able to match East India Company or French in the battlefield due to this. And they always had to use guerrilla tactics going forward because of this lack of Maratha platoons. Also, this was the time when Marathas found out that English are way too close for comfort. So English took Sashti, that's near Mumbai. Also, they took some part of Badaut in Gujarat. So English were no longer a distant enemy, for example, in Bengal or in Madras, but rather they were too close to the main power centers of Maratha Empire. And this was the wake-up call for the Marathas. And unfortunately, Marathas were not able to halt or arrest the rise of English. Now, many of us like to think about the counterfactuals. For example, what would have happened if assassination had not taken place, etc. But I do believe that Marathas did face a major challenge, especially with respect to technology, guns, etc. And if Marathas had done something about that, then perhaps they could have survived. So that's all I had for this video. Do check out this book. It's available on amazon.in. MRP is 825. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please share and subscribe. That's all. Goodbye.